big diplomatic win for India.
And at times when you are at a spot where the camera can't reach, but you have a mobile, so you can shoot what's basically unfolding inside also. You can get some shots, of people meeting each other, people talking. There are some meetings which are always tabooed for a camera. So there, my mobile phone helps. And obviously, I am first with the news because I can do OBs immediately. As soon as I get the news, I can just uplink those shots and I can just come online and just start talking about the issue.
With the mobile phone, they can shoot just about anywhere. They get into a auto rickshaw and they can shoot. They don't need to carry the heavy cameras. They don't need to travel with a camera team, an audio person, and all that. They're a team in themselves.
This is a revolution. I mean, shooting on phones like you are doing. We also do it. We have started doing it in our studios also. Our news telecast, our news broadcast is done on these kind of cameras, the phone cameras. So this has really taken news a level up.
Because I went to a rally of Prime Minister Modi in Meerut, 3 hours away from Delhi. And there were more people holding what you're holding, a selfie stick with a phone, than media cameras. And they were all from the BJP social media team of that city.
Yes, technology is changing every day. I will say it's changing much faster than we could have ever imagined.
They're shooting in HD, they're shooting in 4K, on location. They have the in-house built utility. They can send the footage back to the TV station very easily. All they have to find a better cell phone signal somewhere. They have 2 SIM cards of 2 different cell phone operators. MiFi device with the 3rd mobile operator. So somewhere or the other, they will find a cell phone network good enough for them to send the footage back.
You're going to do the rallies, Chetan, if that's his big focus. The stories we've decided. We're going to do a montage straight away of the celebrities with their bites and everything. I've told Joshua.
There are issues out here that are different from the other constituencies. Like, one of the big issues here is jobs.
Onto this UN list, it's basically a sanctions committee of the United Nations, the 1267 Al-Qaeda Sanctions Committee, which looks at these listings and these designations.
When we were launching the mobile journalism, the biggest problem was how will we transfer the footage back to the TV station fast from remote location. So our software engineering team came up with this idea. They made a small utility and on the web, and they provided logins to all the reporters. So now a reporter on location has to just log in onto that utility on the browser, select the file from the mobile phone, and it automatically gets transferred through the cloud servers to the TV station, our NDTV servers. And within a few minutes, at times within a few seconds, if you have a great cell phone bandwidth or a great Wi-Fi signal, then within seconds the footage is here in our TV station servers. And the moment the footage comes here, an automated email gets sent out to the input department and to the producers concerned, and they automatically get alerted and they immediately pull out the footage, and it's on air in no time.
It took us a lot of time to get acclimatized or accommodated to the new system and the new workflow, and eventually with the support of my production team and engineers, it was done. The quality of the pictures were way better. We had much more options and to play around with the footage because obviously your satellite time is restrained with the cost. So there was a limited amount of footage we were getting. Over here we were getting much more footage through mobile uploads over the cloud, and it was more or less there on the cloud. If I miss out any clip or if I want to use any clip slightly later in life, then I could have just pulled it again.
As far as the information that we are getting, our source of information is the CRPF, and the CRPF is saying that this area belongs to Maharashtra Police because Maharashtra Police is deployed there and it's not the CRPF which is deployed there. And as far as the number of casualties are concerned, they are saying that the kind of impact the blast had, the kind of impact, you can see it in the visuals.
We're shooting the entire news in 4K actually. We're not shooting in HD, we're not shooting in SD. We are shooting the entire news in 4K on the Samsung mobile phones. And and the reporter on the field, then after shooting in 4K, then he or she down converts the 4K footage into HD and then sends them across to NDTV. Now, why we do this is that the 4K footage converted to HD is much superior in quality than a conventional HD footage.
And I would say it has become more accessible. Like if I'm not working, I'm on leave, and I find something newsworthy, I don't have to wait for my camera person to come and shoot it. I can shoot it on my phone and send it to my office, and they can use that info. So this way, it has become very easy to provide news and through Mojo journalism, and for people, the digital audience, I mean, sky's the limit.
In fact, if I can say about 95% of our NDTV shoots is on mobile phone. And this 5% which is shot on camera is only if you're doing a multicam shoot somewhere, or you're covering a panel discussion, and it has to go on air immediately. So that's when you prefer to do it on camera and then quickly switch it, or you're live switching it as you're playing it out for broadcast.
Mobile cameras have their limitations. There's a certain amount of limitations regarding the framing, and you have to be very close to the subject. So in news organizations, it works to a certain extent, but for features it becomes difficult. The file formats are an issue, but with latest codecs and other things available and a lot of stuff being done on YouTube and other channels also, I think we have come a long way, so there's nothing to worry about.
I remember having a conversation with a friend once, and he was an American, and he was telling me certain things about the American election, and I covered the Trump election, the midterm election in the US in the past few months, in November I think it was. And what I learned was that the issues are so different, and they're not as diverse. The ethnicities are not diverse, the languages are not diverse. Even the people, you just have a different color, that's it. You may have an immigration issue, but we got immigration issues in every side of our border, and we got languages. I don't know how many languages we got. I cannot even count them. 30,000 dialects. And then you got you got issues of religion. We got issues of caste, which is another layer. And in that caste, there's different groups of castes. So the layers are very, very deep. So the world's largest election is so complicated to understand.
Prime Minister Modi is trying to come back again after 5 years. It remains to be seen if the narrative that is being built by him and his party on the planks of social security, nationalism, is it going to pay off really? So on the other hand, Rahul Gandhi is really gearing up, and he seems to be giving a fight, but I won't say a tough fight, and the results would also be a take on his leadership, especially when his sister Priyanka has also jumped in the fray, and we were expecting a contest between her and Prime Minister Modi. That is not taking place, but she is actually, I think, added some zing to this contest.
Once again, more evidence.
Take live on, guys.
Side on the gesture
Split Thailand 4 and Thailand Bizarre.
We have the whitest of white people, we have the blackest of black people, we have the brownest of brown people. We have everything right here, and that's why it's important to come here with the languages that we offer, to be able to see that there is so much when it comes to journalism that we are just not able to tell people, especially when we know in our heads, oh, they don't have a great attention span, we have to shorten it,
मैं आपसे कुछ डिस्कस करने हैं, बात करने के लिए आया हूँ गरीबों के
People come to online first and then they reach out for television. So for the first time users, or like anybody, even I've stopped reading broadsheet. Now these days I only connect with news through my mobile phone. So obviously online is a big issue, big kind of medium for India also, and for us also at NDTV. We are supposed to break stories online first.
Video wars, we saw that how each political party has now got a war room of social media, and we as journalists have to be able to counter that with the accurate information, because it's not like they're always spreading fake news. They are, but they're also just giving it that kind of an incomplete picture which is enough to mislead the public who sees it either on WhatsApp, on Facebook, on Twitter, or any other platform.
Nowhere in the world is there anything like this. With special technology, NDTV Hope streams live on your phone. To download it, go to your App Store or Play Store or hop.live.
I hop, do you?
I hop, do you?
We've had like 10 million overviews, and we launched in October, so I think, yeah, that's a fair number.
It is amazing. I mean, vertical is something which I think is the future, or let's say present for NDTV Hope, and in Indian market we have been the first one to bring it, and people are actually liking it because you don't have to really really struggle with your phone, and it gives you a different edge to deliver your content.
Like so simple nowadays, we are not using those big cameras, and we're using these small phones which are like so handy, where it will take like hardly 15-20 minutes for a shoot.
This is such a huge country. Do you find that your market is much bigger than just Delhi, that there are people who watch what you guys do in other places?
Yes, definitely, because see, we don't restrict ourselves when it comes to shooting and meeting with people and shooting with them. So for example, we have a show called Tuesday Travels where we go to different locations. So we've shot in Chandigarh, we've shot in Mumbai, all over India. So yeah, we've got a lot of people, so that's how people know about the app. I know it's new, but then people are getting to know about it, and the best part is because it's on the phones, it works the best for us.
And you might know me as That Desi Girl blog on Instagram. So 5 years ago, I jumped from a life as a finance analyst straight into fashion, and today I'm sitting here trying to show you what goes inside my wardrobe, what drives me, and what is the future of fashion in India.
Bengal में आज 8 लोकसभा सीट्स के लिए हो रही हैं polls. Amid violence, the BJP today filed a complaint to the Election Commission alleging targeting of its members and instances of booth capturing by members of the Trinamool Congress.
If you're really interested in getting into mobile journalism, then play around with the mobile. See what kind of a frame you can make, what are the different techniques people are using, maybe go on YouTube, see how people shoot, and even take inspiration or advice from the traditionalists, because they have used cameras in so many ways, and even people who are using cameras now and are influencers.
Our country is so diverse that you have so much of content going on every single day. So it's very important that content reaches the right kind of audience and in the most interesting way. Indian media has been really good in delivering the news, but now I think the time demands for it to be delivered in an interesting way, and that's what I like to do with my stories or shows.
1:25